Kyiv, for the entire Orthodox world, from the Middle East to Muscovy, became the center for theology and intellectual reflection. (1633), an important date. Metropolitan Petro Mohyla, Petro Mohyla, becomes the head of the Orthodox Church in Ukraine, Metropolitan of Kyiv. He had a storied background. He was actually Moldavian, the son of a Moldavian ruler, Simeon, and the last name was actually Mohyla, which meant the same thing, a grave or a burial mound. He, at the age of 10, after his father was assassinated, had to flee to Western Ukraine, where he earned a preliminary education at the Brotherhood School of the Dormition Church. Eventually, he studied also in Poland, in the Netherlands, and France, served in the Polish army, all by his late 20s. And he was given from the Polish authorities certain lands in the Kyiv area. By 1627, he was already a monk and became the Archimandrite of the famous Kyiv Cave Monastery. Archimandrite means the leader of the monastery. In Kyiv, first as Archimandrite and then as Metropolitan until his death in 1647, Petro Mohyla led a fabulous revival of Orthodox life, the life of the church, its intellectual output, theology, reconstruction of church buildings, Saint Sophia, the Church of the Tithes. As a theologian, he published the Orthodox Confessio Fide, which became a fundamental catechism for the whole Orthodox world. He published many liturgical texts. His Euchologion, a compendium of the main liturgical prayers of the church, became a standard for decades and centuries. He was able to bring together many other scholars, theologians, printers, artists. He spearheaded a flourishing of publishing in Kyiv. And at that time, Kyiv, for the entire Orthodox world, from the Middle East to Muscovy, became the center for theology and intellectual reflection. He combined the Orthodox tradition with a Western humanistic approach, and it brought forth a synthesis of culture that was expressed in writing, in liturgical practice, in church architecture, and in kind of a vision of who the human being is, what the church is in that time and in that context. In 1632, he brought together the school of the Kyiv Cave Monastery and the Kyiv Brotherhood, a lay organization, and created the Kyiv Collegium, which became the famous Kyiv Mohyla Academy. Petro Mohyla was one of the greatest churchmen in Ukrainian history. His vision, his witness, and his industry in a life of only 50 years brought forth great fruit and set standards for Ukrainian culture and church life and for the Orthodox world in general.